Welcome back to the breakdown. I am De La Creme de La, your privileged host, and this is another short episode of the Breakdown Show. Now, I was going to just post this comment and maybe make a short out of it, but I realized that it might be too long for Joe and his supporters, and especially Charles, to read. Now, I haven't done a reading assessment on them, but I watch how they read comments, and it just makes sense to me to go ahead and read it for them like I would my kindergartners. I don't want to wear them out. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Kumamoto, Japan. Tamana, Kumamoto, Japan, to be specific. And I didn't realize that my vacation house is right across the street from a shrine. So you might hear some birds. There's on one side, there's a shrine. On another side, there's a train. So you might hear some background noise, some birds, some butterflies, a train, who knows? But I decided to come outside to go ahead and do this just so I could take in this beautiful sun because it is everything right now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and read this real quick, but let me get into the house rules first. House rule number one, as you know, is this is not a no judgment zone. I don't care what your level of understanding is. I don't care what you've been through. Someone commented earlier and said, Hottie is delayed. Joe is delayed. Charles is delayed, and I do agree. I did leave a voice comment on that one because I think it deserved it. And I also left a text comment that said something like, we ain't never going to get to our destination, waiting for those three to come get us. I have been on a couple delayed pieces of transportation lately. I think I had a flight from Seoul, South Korea to Busan, South Korea that was delayed by 3 hours. And it was not fun. But it was in a beautiful airport with lots of snacks. So that was cool. Anyway, house rule number two is this is not for children. It's not. On a general basis, the breakdown show is not for kids because Auntie likes to cuss. Um, house rule number three, just stay on topic in the comments. Let's go ahead and get into it. So here's what I said. Now, I happened to be watching a video. I was waiting for Humans Are Stupid's response to Joe putting his supporters on mute for about 13 to 18 minutes while he talked to nobody. I put in my response to that video that humans are stupid. I'm just here to troll, and myself are going to tell you that this nigga don't give a fuck about you because we do give a fuck about you. And Humans Are Stupid said it. He was like, this nigga don't give a motherfucking fuck about you. But Humans Are Stupid was reading a response that someone made to the video saying that they were able to lip read what Joe was saying and deduce from their transcription who Joe was talking to. I still don't say Joe was talking to no motherfucker body because Joe said he will sit on the phone. He will go into Walmart with nobody on the phone because nobody's taking his phone calls. He said he done called everybody and ain't nobody answered. His words, not mine. And he said he would sit on the phone and people would be like, hey, Miss Netta. And he'd be like, all right, girl. And he would sit there and act like, yeah, girl, for real, for real. So he's already spilled the beans with his delayed ass and delayed in so many ways and said that he will act like he's on the phone. So it's not, it's not unlikely that a person was able to transcribe visually what he was saying, but that doesn't mean he was talking to anybody. Number one, because don't none of them think, go back and watch that Humans Are Stupid video. You'll know it when you see it because none of the words that were said, none of the lines go together. It doesn't produce a succinctive conversation. It doesn't produce a realistic, logical conversation where Joe was responding or speaking to anybody. It's just words, just a bunch of words. So, anyway, I'm going to read my response. This is the comment I left on Humans Are Stupid's post, and I'm grateful for it. I said, based on my forensic analysis, Joe was not on the phone with anyone. While this lip reading may be accurate, there was no one on the other end of the line. Why? Because holding an iPhone for that long makes it hot. So Joe would have had to put the phone down and put it on speaker. Besides, why didn't Joe just start the conversation on speakerphone since the live was muted anyway? Also, when you zoom in on the phone, it's completely black on the screen. And having moved the phone around that much, because he moved it from ear to ear, right? And when you shake an iPhone, when you move an iPhone, it wakes up. hmm Having moved a phone around that much, the screen would not have stayed black. It would have showed the call screen or something else at that point. And my conclusion is Joe is a liar, his pants are on fire, and that's why they smell rank. Okay. Um, I do believe that Joe turned his phone off at some point. I am going to go back and do a breakdown on those moments because you know how we do on the breakdown. We slow it down, we speed it up, we zoom it in, we zoom it out. We are the breakdown crew. So I will go back and I will do a breakdown on that moment to see if Joe actually turned the phone off because I do believe Joe turned the phone off. And one thing Joe can't do is change that footage now. Okay. It ain't an AI in the world that's gonna go in the past and change live footage. So we'll take a look at that together. Okay. So for now, I believe Baby Della got my window open because she been stalking me. May, you want to finish this with me? Open the window. Open. Slide it open. All right. You want to finish this with me? All right. So for now, that's all I got. Hang on, no more. Earl. That's my girl. All right, y'all. I holler.
I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.